So right beside me is TCL's TS9030 Dolby Atmos soundbar, and I hear what you're thinking. Toby, that looks really weird. And yes, you would be right. I'll get to that in a sec. Now, this particular soundbar has actually been around for about a year or so already, so you might have already heard about it. I've been given it to pair with TCL's new 65-inch gaming TV that's just come out. That is still in the mail though. Yikes. Well, in the meantime, I might as well check this out too. Please do subscribe if you want to see the TV in action though. I am actually a little concerned that it will even fit on my TV cabinet because, yeah, that's a 55-inch there and I've got a whole another 10 inches to work with. Yikes, again. Anyway, let's get to the soundbar. It's a 3.1 channel with all the usual connection options. I'll just take the back off so you can check out what we've got to work with here. HDMI ARC, optical, Bluetooth, 3.5mm jack. It has a separate subwoofer which connects wirelessly to the main unit. It has a range of EQs to pick from. You can choose to wall mount it and it comes with all the parts for that, of course. And it even comes with an HDMI and optical cable to get it all hooked up to your TV. Finally, it can even connect to both Google Home and Apple AirPlay. Compatibility with Google Home is definitely my favorite thing about this. Now, it doesn't have a mic, so it's not a full Google Home device, but if you do connect it up to Google Home, you will be able to use basic voice controls on it through your phone or a Google Home speaker. If you don't run Google Home, that's also fine. It also is compatible with Apple AirPlay too, and that works just as well. Alexa fans, sorry, you'll have to look somewhere else. Actually, while we're on the topic, check out my video on smart assistants if you want to know why Google Home is my favorite. So I was pretty surprised to find out that this soundbar doesn't actually come with an app. Everything comes with an app these days. Here, everything is controlled by the remote or by touching the soundbar itself. The functions on the remote are what you'd expect from a soundbar and are really clearly laid out, so it's easy to work out how to use it. Whenever you press a button, the display on the front clearly communicates what the soundbar is doing in big, bold, digital clock-style lights. The clear layout of the remote and the easy-to-see display do really make this soundbar really easy to use and set up, and it's one that I could definitely recommend to people who don't normally do that well with tech. So overall, it has all the features that we've come to expect from soundbars in this price range. It's all pretty standard stuff. And then we come to the unique Ray Danz design. This isn't standard stuff. When I first unboxed this, I was actually kind of taken aback because the actual soundbar part, just here, only takes up about half of the device itself. The rest is made up of that plastic scoopy looking area. This basically takes the sound from the two side speakers and guides it around the room in a way that simulates surround sound. It means, unlike other soundbars which use digital processing to simulate surround, the sound from this one is physically bouncing off the walls. Soundbars with digital processing normally aim for a sweet spot to target their surround sound, and anything on either side of that can sometimes sound a bit funny. With this design, the sweet spot is a fair bit wider. Now, this all sounds cool in theory, but in reality, it kind of works, but isn't gonna knock your socks off. I tested a bunch of movies and TV shows and Dolby Atmos specific stuff on this, and while I could definitely sense there was some spatial audio going on when I listened to it, if I wasn't really keeping an ear out for it, I'm not 100% sure I would have noticed. It's there, but it's pretty subtle. Because it is based on sound physically coming out of the waveguide and bouncing off the walls, it is a bit better when it's in a narrower space like this one, where, you know, the walls are a lot closer together and you can hear the sound bouncing off them and surrounding you. In a wider space like my living room, which is where this actually lives, it gets a bit lost because the walls are much further away. Now, the speaker itself is actually pretty good, and it's definitely at its best with movies and TV shows. Dialogue comes through super clear in the center channel, and the bass, while certainly present, never overwhelms. The subwoofer is there as a supporting act, not the main event. As for music, I liked it, but I didn't love it, if that makes sense. Everything kind of came out just a little flat, but not to the point where I hated it. It's just missing a little something, you know? Do you know? Tell me. I'm struggling to describe it. It's fine. If you're in the mood for a bit of a boogie though, this can actually get really, really loud. At about 55%, it was filling my entire house and probably bleeding over into my neighbor's house. And at 85%, it actually starts to distort. But if you're blasting it at 85%, I would posit you've got bigger problems to worry about, like your eardrums bursting. It's really loud, and it's quite impressive considering it's a fairly small soundbar. So, should you buy the TS9030? Yes, mostly. If you're looking for a soundbar, then it's definitely worth the money, but it probably won't please everybody. The unique design and what it sets out to achieve with surround sound isn't really making a huge impact at the end of the day. And there are certainly soundbars out there around a similar price that pack a bit more punch, especially if you're looking for something to primarily play music on. Still, if you're looking for something that's super easy to set up, plug and play, and easy to listen to, especially for movies and TV, then you can't really go wrong with this soundbar. The TCL TS9030 is definitely worth looking into if you're looking for a speaker under $1,000.